It's time for some spreadsheet gaming. Let's go. So today, we actually have a lovely here spreadsheet. Guild Wars 2 Vault Purchase. This is actually a spreadsheet that was put together by Ara. Okay, one of our mods in our stream. Basically, it's very simple, right? How much can you acquire with your Astral Acclaim? What can you put it into? Pretty much a calculator to tell you, like, you know, just where you're going to be spending your Astral Acclaim into. All that kind of simple stuff. So we have it into some tabs here. Actually, Ara really did a good job on this. Limited, permanent. So these are obviously the ones that are one-off uses for the season. The temporary ones are basically the skins and, you know, weapon boxes and all these like seasonal skin updates that we will be receiving. Unlimited permanent, which will be, of course, the unlimited amounts, which we have large crafting bag and bag of coins. The quarterly, I believe this is just telling you like how much you can make per quarter and then available now. And this is the math. And then the shopping list. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So this will calculate, if we could just go back into the game, more or less all the Astral Acclaim that you acquire, spend on, and you know, find a way for you to figure out if you have enough remaining, if there's a particular item you want to purchase from this list that you like to go for. Whatever it is, all in the spreadsheet. I don't know if this is a public spreadsheet yet. You know, maybe Aura in the future will make it public. Who knows? However, we're going to review it right now and go through it. And I should note that this is every possible Astral Acclaim. So this can also take into account, let's assume you were a player who actually went and got every single possible Astral Acclaim. It will take stuff like that into account. So let's see what we have here. So how to use the document. File, then click make copy. Well, I just did that. Put X in cells under buying for limited and temporary. For the unlimited, just enter the amount you want of each type and it will automatically calculate the total. So everything should show up here, more or less. So let's see what we have. Notes, document under concern for. So yeah, of course, this is a work in progress. So just for people to keep in mind. Okay, so this is where we pretty much put our I believe this is like what we'll calculate when we actually like select what we want. So what I'm going to do is let's try to take hypothetical examples. I'm going to try and go through as many hypothetical examples as possible. Things like if someone wants to go for a full gold output, things of specifics, like someone wants maybe something very specific, like they're going for legendary or they're just saving up stuff. So let's go with hypotheticals and let's see what goes, right? So I'm going to start with the most obvious one, which is the legendary, right? Like what could you acquire with your legendary, and if you're going for it, what would be your choices? So let's see that. There is limited permanent. If we go over here, we have what should be the box. Where is the legendary box? I believe it's only one, right? I believe this is missing actually. The math per page, you can ignore it. Oh, perfect. Okay. Where's the legendary? Is that temporary? I think. Yeah, okay. That's under temporary. Okay. Because it does change. Yes, so to note, the legendary weapon starter kit is temporary because we know that Gen 1s right now gives you a gift of might or magic plus precursor. However, if they introduce a Gen 2 starter kit, it might have different things, right? Gen 3, a different also set of things in the box. So just keeping that in mind. So if we do X on this, right? So as you could see, we have right now 13,410 remaining Astral Acclaim, assuming we got all of them. And if we just do X over here, boom, we've spent 1,000. And there you go, 1,000 has been purchased. Remaining is 12,410. So let's say you have that acquired. What are some of the other things I would go for if I'm getting a legendary weapon? Well, we have Mystic Coins, we have T6 materials. We have quite a few of those actually. So we do have the heavy crafting bag, which is what gives you T6 materials, right? So normally you can farm these in many events. There's, you know, Drizzlewood Coast drops a lot of these materials, T5 and T6. Living World Season 4, Iceberg Saga maps. You know, you have Vault and Magic Eternal Ice Shards that you can convert and then buy the bag directly. However, that does cost 1 gold as well. There's many other ways of getting T5 and T6 materials. However, if you just purely feel like I want to just use my gaming time, so let's see if we can get all of these, right? So we have a total of 240 astral acclaim to spend on this. This is the limited one. This is I should say this is the discounted one. It cost 8, but the unlimited cost a bit more than that. So we have 30 to purchase of this. So if we just typed, I believe, what is it for this? Limited and temporary. Okay, so we have to put an X for this. Always X. Okay. So we do always X. That's an X. That has actually deducted it from ourselves. So what we've received now is a legendary starter kit that gives you a gift of might or magic with a precursor, Gen 1. And we have 30 of this. And I believe this gives you like 4 T6 materials, one of a random 4 T6. So you have 4 T6s. So by 30, you'll have somewhat of a cushion. So this could be very helpful if you have the gift of might or magic from the legendary starter kit. Whatever is remaining from here, you might just pick and choose what you want. Sell the other T6 that you already have. The gift of whatever the gift that you got from the legendary starter kit, you will sell the same materials that you get from here so that you could buy the other ones that you're missing. Right? Mystic coins. This is actually a very good one. So we're going to go ahead and put X here because this is 9 astral acclaim for 60 mystic coins. That is done. Now we have a total of 1,309 that we've spent. Okay, we haven't spent that much. 1,309. We're still not too bad, actually. We're still okay. So there we go. We have all the mystic coins. That's 60 mystic coins. That's very good, actually, for us. Mystic clovers. I'm not sure about this, but I mean, this will really depend on... This really depends on you as a player. If you're going to be playing a lot and you feel like you are easily capping the 1,000 per week, then I don't think this is a struggle for you. Like, but if you're a player who won't be able to fill out something, then I think getting at least the other materials is important. And the Mystic Clovers, you can acquire them through other weekly gameplay like Strikes, Strikes, Fractals, and Raids. So this is a very much a depends on you situation. This will depend on how much you can engage with the system. So if we did X here, we'd get 20 Mystic Clovers. Now, 20 is a good boost. However, it's 1,200 astral acclaim. So I should note that that is basically like, you know, it's kind of going to be a week's worth of gameplay, is what I would like to say. All right. So, there might have been a cut somewhere in this video. We just had a small brief miscalculation with the Mystic Coins. Not an issue though. So far, just to recap, we are at Mystic Coins. We've decided to take all of them. So all 60 at 540. Heavy crafting bag, there's 30. You can only buy as a limited, and that is at a discount of 8 astral acclaim. And we also have the legendary weapon starter kit, which is Gen 1 right now. So right now, that brings our total to 1,780 astral acclaim that we have spent. Now, this point right here, the Mystic Clovers, this will really depend as you as a player. There are players who probably will easily get the 1,000 per week. There's players who might not get the 1,000 per week. It really depends up to you on your game time. So I'm a little bit torn on this because it is kind of an expensive amount. 60 astral acclaim for 20 Mystic Clovers. But if you're someone who's going to easily fill up your astral acclaim by doing your dailies every day with the weeklies, I feel like this would be fine. Because anyways, you're playing other game modes, getting clovers from other vendors through other game modes, right? Like buying them through Strikes, through Fractals, through Raids and things like that. So it should be okay. However, if let's say hypothetically you needed the boost, why not? That's an X, and that will bring our total to 2,980 astral acclaim. Next thing, what would be the next big thing that you can do? I would say the bag of gold is pretty big. In fact, this should have been maybe one of the first options. So bag of coins, you could buy 90 of these at 6 astral acclaim. before you have to buy at a different price. So if we did this, that's 90 gold that we acquire through the astral acclaim. So now we have, and that's 540 astral acclaim just to get 90 gold. So we've now spent 3,520 total. That's 3,520 total of astral acclaim getting all of this. We have MC, we have 60 mystic coins, we have 90 gold, we have 30 heavy crafting bags that contain 4 random T6 materials. We also have our 20 mystic clovers and our legendary starter kit. So let's do the math on that, right? So the math on that will be legendary starter kit, the gift of might or magic, give or take, they're both around like 180, 190 gold. Might is a bit more cheaper, right? It's like 190 and the other one's 200. So let's just say, let's say 190 plus 198 divided by 2, right? Let's just take their average. 194 gold plus a precursor that could go anywhere from 50 to 80 gold or 50 to 100 gold, depending what precursor you get, but they're all very much cheap right now. Let's just say the precursor is worth 90 gold, right? I mean, there are some of them still at over 100, but let's say the general ones right now are at around 90 gold, right? Give or take. You have 284 gold through your legendary starter kit. Already a great boost. 284 gold plus you have 90 gold that you have just acquired, raw 90 gold. It's 374 gold of total output. You have your mystic coins. Let's just assume they're a gold. Let's just assume they're a gold for easy calculation. That's 60 gold. They're more like 65, 66 because they're gold 12 silver right now. So we could say, let's just say 66. That's more accurate that they're 66 gold. Yeah, so that's 440 gold so far. And then you have your mystic clovers, which, I mean, there is a calculation for them, but off the top of my head, can't do it right now. It's fine. It's mystic clovers, give or take, will correlate directly also to your MCs. So whatever you don't have remaining from game modes and the astral acclaim, you probably have to forge them through mystic coins and spirit shards. So you have 440 gold. You have 20 mystic clovers. You have the heavy crafting bag, which you have 30 of random, you know, materials. So heavy crafting bag, it's a bit difficult because like you get 4 random materials from the T6s. So you could just say 4 times 30. So you'll get like 120 of each. So it's about half a stack. So we could say half a set of gift of might or magic, you know. We could say 194 just divided by 2, yeah. So 97 gold. Let's even just say 95. So 95 plus 440 gold is 535 gold. We've got 535 gold right now based on our decision making that we've just done. That's pretty big, and we haven't spent everything. We've just spent 3,520 astral acclaim. 3,520 astral acclaim has net us 535 gold worth of items. And this is assuming you're a player going directly for a legendary weapon. And hey, if you decide to buy everything else out, let's assume you have more stuff to do. Let's say, okay, well, you're not done yet. You've acquired more astral acclaim. You've played a lot of things to get it done. You can get this. You can get Black Lion Mastery Coffer for 20 of these for a cost of 15 astral acclaim. It'll cost you 300. What we could do is you can open it and then sell the content of it. And you could just sell the mastery point. These give you like a mastery point, but if you don't want it, you could sell it to a vendor for 1 gold. So that's basically another 20 gold for you. So 535 plus 20 gold. So you have 555 gold now all of a sudden. And you've spent 3,820. Let's go for unlimited permanents. Well, there's large crafting bags, which I believe is the large crafting bag, if I just want to make sure, is the T5s, right? Just let me tap back in and just double check this. Yeah, the large crafting bag is the tier 5. Okay. The heavy is the tier 6. I was correct all along. So we have 3,820 astral acclaim. We have 555 gold worth of value. And let's assume you want to get more. So bag of coins. Now, once you've bought the limited option ones at a cheap discount, the unlimited ones come with a 30 astral acclaim cost. So this really depends on you, your astral acclaim, power, right? Let's assume you have 50 gold worth of it. 50 gold will be like 1,500 that you spend. So 50 gold that you acquire, you've now spent 5,320 total astral acclaim. Remember that the quarterly is 13,410, right? So this is not me trying to find out if this is like, oh, you'll do this in 3 weeks or 2 weeks. This is just whatever the pace it is that you're playing. Some of you might have this in a few weeks. Some of you might actually have this in the whole 2-month season. Some of you might have it in half. It's whatever the pace it is that you're playing, right? I'm just assuming someone who's going for a legendary weapon, this is what they're going to be spending on. So yeah, 50 gold plus 555, 605 gold output. And if you want, you could finish it up with large crafting bags. That's not too bad, right? Now I'm going to keep it at that, 605 gold. You've pretty much more or less purchased your legendary. Anything over that is bonus, whether you want to dedicate more time to or acquired other materials remainder, right? Like the ectos and stuff like that. However, you have plenty of stuff to play around with here. You have your 50 gold plus your 90 gold. I mean, you could even like, with the gold output here that you can get from buying these bags, you can buy the remainder stuff, right? You can buy the ectos, you can buy the metal gifts, the elderwood gifts, right? The wood, the metals, whatever the specific legendary is, the charged lodestones, shore lodestones, whatever the Gen 1 is, right? If you are going for a Gen 1, because this is what this season is providing, right? Gen 2, Gen 3 will be a little bit different. So the gold kind of gives you that flexibility if you want, right? And this also depends as what you're doing, right? Some players might feel like, all right, I get the legendary starter kit. However, T5 and T6 mats, I have an abundance of those. Why would I want to spend my astral acclaim on those when I actually have everything that I need for that, right? Maybe other players will be like, I'm just going to buy full raw gold output and that's what I'm going to focus on. So let's go to that. Raw gold output. If we just remove our figures over here and by the way, this page basically shows you like where your math is, right? Your limited, unlimited, temporary total. It just tells you like what you're spending your money on. But of course the shopping list pretty much tells you everything as well. If we go here as well, just X this. Okay. So we go over, let's say, to a player who is like, you know what? I'm just going to buy as much raw gold as I can. Okay, let's do that. We know that this gives you raw gold. We're going to take that. We know this is a discount. We're going to take that. Mystic coins, I'm going to count it because you can sell it for gold. And yeah, you can make a bit more than the gold as well after tax. The materials I'll hold off because the MCs are more associated directly, but T6s I'll hold off a little bit. All right. So let's say, honestly, the starter kit is like you have to get it at this point. I feel like even if you don't need it, it's good. Like you have an extra legendary in your bag. So let's say shopping list, you've spent 2,380 total astral acclaim. Maybe you're a player who's like, you know what? I'll get me 100 of these. 3,000 astral acclaim that you've spent. That's 5,380. Wow, I didn't actually plan it, but I think coincidentally that's the same amount that we spent on the last scenario, but cool. So you have 100 gold over here. You have 90 gold from the limited. And you have 20 gold, right? So 100 gold, 90 plus 20. We have 210 gold that we have. Mystic coins, about 66. So yeah. We have 276 gold just from raw gold output. And yeah, you could maybe even go for more. You could go for more. And of course, this is 276 gold, not counting the legendary starter kit. If you count the legendary starter kit, then that's another, 250 or something like that. Yeah, 250, 260, whatever the precursor is, or 280. So yeah, I mean, you can tailor that, right? And this is assuming you guys just do half. This is assuming you do just about, just under half. It's not exactly half, but assuming you do that, right? Maybe someone is like speed running, like honestly this, so they could maybe just do this. 6,000 astral acclaim just on this. So yeah, it really depends. I'm assuming this is someone who's just gonna go for raw gold. You could do it this way. Now let's account for people who also want to get the skins, because the skins are also like a selling point. I would say the skins are a selling point. I think we everything. No, we still have something that we've here. There we go. I think now that should be it. Yeah, we're back to normal. Let's say someone wants the temporary stuff, right? Like they want the emote. Yeah, I'll take this. I'll take this. Sanctified shoulder. Enchanted owl. Why wouldn't you go for that? And the legendary starter kit. In this scenario, I feel like you almost always want to get one if you can. It only doesn't apply to people who might already, let's say, they already can get or have an abundance of these materials that one additional starter kit won't really make the difference. But if you just went for the temporary stuff, that's 4,775 total AA. That means there's still 8,635 remaining astral acclaim that you can get in your weekly, monthly, and daily objectives. So not too bad over here. And then, of course, that does mean there are going to be limitations. You're not going to be able to get everything, assuming you're not someone who's going to be getting all the weeklies done every single week. However, if skins are a role and importance to you, then I can understand. Then you're going to have to find a way to balance that, right? And you might consider, because this is a thing, right? These items don't disappear after 2 months. They get placed into a tab called the Legacy tab, right? Over here. So all of these items that are temporary right now, skins, griffin, whatever, they get placed in the legacy rewards at a slightly higher cost, but that means you still can get them later. So if your priority is to go for that legendary or to go for something specific, but you want to find a way to make all this money and then spend it so that you can get what you want, or convert it into gold to get what you want, right? That's fine, because you're not going to be like missing out on any of this. This won't disappear and you're like, oh man, I missed it. Well, I guess I'll see it in 1 year. No, it literally just goes into this tab, legacy rewards, at a slightly higher cost, which I think is very fair. So you could still catch up to it whenever you want, more or less. Now, of course, this also does come with some stuff. You do get astral acclaim for doing your weekly, so definitely try to get the weeklies done, because you get a boost of that. You get a little bit 10 laurels, 1 celebration booster, 1 tome of knowledge. I think the celebration booster is big. The 10 laurels is okay. I think the old system was better for laurels, but when you look at it from a monthly basis, right? But you do get some bonus out of this stuff here. The daily is it's okay. It's not too bad. I think the weekly is definitely the better chest. The daily one could have been better, but I think still not too bad. Not too bad indeed. But will you be doing more by chance? No, those are done. Any suggestions for what brand new players should try after buying the Ascended armor? I think like, okay, so that's the next scenario, right? Our next scenario is you're a brand new player. You're a brand new player and you need to find out how are you gonna get some things to get started in the game, right? You're a new player. You've just created your account. You've reached level 80. However, you're finding a struggle to gear up your items, right? Well, this honestly is a huge boost. So Ascended armor chest, I would recommend definitely getting this. You do have a limit of 3, and for the weapon you have a limit of 1. Let me check in the game, how does that look, by the way? Yeah, so the one thing I would say is that this does still require that you play other game modes to acquire the remaining Ascended armor set. However, there's many options. You have EOD strikes, Icebrood Saga strikes to get like the where is it? the blue, the green, what's it called? The green and blue profit crystals, right? So I would advise you still use this as a way to boost yourself. So if you're a new player, you need ascended gear. Definitely try to get, if you can, all 3 pieces from here. So that's 1,200. I think, yeah, that's fine. A new player, your priority is not to get a legendary like in your first month, right? If you can get one, I mean, that is like circumstantial, right? That really depends on you as a situation where you're at, how fast you can grind in the game. There's players who've done it, but new player, your priority is to get gear. Ascended armor is the first best thing that you can get after exotic, right? Before legendary armor. Exotics can carry you, but ascended with this new option here, ascended will really work wonders for you. So as a new player, I would honestly focus on ascended armor chest, 1 weapon armor chest, weapon ascended chest, and that will cost you basically 1,600 astral acclaim. And that's not too hard to get, right? Like 1,600 is the bare minimum, but you'll at least have half your armor ascended from daily logins and objectives with the Wizard's Vault. And the other 3 pieces you'll get through your other game modes, which you know, if you do Iceboot Saga Strikes, they're very introductory into raids. You'll be able to get the other 3 pieces within 2 to 3 weeks as well, right? Similarly with EOD as well. EOD is a bit more tougher, but you also get the same crystals as well, and things like that. You could also do it through fractals. That's also a different way as well. So yeah, and yes, you could definitely. That's a key point. You can select the coat and the pants because these are usually the most expensive of the 6 pieces. Rather than buying it from a vendor for playing raids or strikes or fractals or wherever it is you're getting your ascended armor, use this opportunity to get your pants, your chest piece, yeah, your pants and your chest piece. Use these opportunities to get them from this chest from your Wizard's Vault, because they're very expensive. The heads, the shoulders, the arms, the legs, the boots, sorry, they're around similar costing, give or take, which then you can just get your third one, whichever one you want to take. But yeah, get your pants and get the pants and the chest piece literally as your first options with the Wizard's Vault. And there you go. So yeah, that's another point. I would say if you're also if you're still starting out as a new player, it might not hurt to honestly get the bag of coins option. So I would still say yes to this. That's 90 gold. It's actually like for a new player, like that is quite a good amount of money to get. And I would say get this because you could either unlock masteries, which will shortcut your gameplay a little bit, or you can, you know, at least maybe like convert it to gold if you feel like you want to earn the mastery points yourselves, right? So mastery points are basically these right here. These are mastery points, and you need to do various things in the game: achievements, story, open world content, finding them in random places in the world, and they're usually like attached to their expansion. So for example, Heart of Thorns mastery points are only going to be found in Heart of Thorns maps. Similarly with Path of Fire, only in Path of Fire maps. In Iceboot Saga, these are found only in Iceboot Saga map. And of course, this is a season. This is not an expansion. And then you have End of Dragons also in End of Dragons only, right? This is right now the newest expansion. So it's up to you if you'd like to get these mastery points through this method. Of course, they are very much required because you need them to unlock other like quality of life gameplay stuff, such as being able to glide, being able to use your mounts, to fish, to have a boat, a skiff basically. So there are lots of heavy usage for them. You kind of need them at some point. So yeah, I would say this is definitely a buy. Now, depending on you as a new player, whether you're going to use it to get more gold or you're going to use it to actually just get the mastery points, it's up to you. But I think it's definitely something you should consider. Yeah. And then I would say the Mystic Coins, why not? Because it's a discount, you might as well try to go for it. And similarly, as a new player, I would definitely advise heavy crafting bag, right? Getting T6s. At the very least, if you can do this, right? I think this will only cost you now a total of 3,220 total astral acclaim. For 3,220 total astral acclaim, you've gotten 3 pieces of your ascended armor chest, preferably the pants and the chest, and then just pick the other 3 pieces. The chest, either pick the head, shoulders, or boots or gloves. You have your ascended weapon chest that you've acquired, and you've just acquired 90 gold at a discount rate, 60 mystic coins, which you can also sell to make money or save it while you require it for something later in the game. Your heavy crafting bag, which will give you almost half of what you need of materials for something in the future, like T6 materials. And Black Lion Mastery Coffer, which you can get mastery points from, or if you want, just an extra boost of 20 gold itself. Honestly, that's not too bad for a new player. I will say, I think this is doable for a new player. I don't think I'll go over the top for a new player for this because, you know, most new players might not have every map unlocked. Some players want to play at their pace. Some might skip ahead in the story because they would like to just get into the content immediately. Some prefer to just do a progressive gameplay. So I think this is, for a new player scenario, the cutoff point, because the more we go up, then the more unrealistic it gets. I think this is more likely where I think a new player could be at. And this is assuming a new player who's probably just finding their ropes in, right? A new player who would probably skip into like another expansion, like who goes into Secrets of the Obscure directly and then goes back to EOD and then, you know, doesn't really play for the story, probably will be able to get more than this. But I'm just assuming someone who just goes in only for the core game and then Secrets of the Obscure, they're more or less just getting introduced to it. So heavy crafting bag is Soto only. Okay, that's actually a very important distinction then. Yes, so the heavy crafting bag will only be available if you have the Secrets of the Obscure expansion. That is a very important note over there. Is it true that you can just enter the gamble for Mr. Clovers rather than using AO or buying them weekly? Doesn't it cost about the same on average? Well, no. I mean, it really depends on the price of the ectos. It wouldn't be like a sure thing, right? Because the ecto goes up and down in price. I don't know what the cost is right now. If it's because ectos are up, they're 20 silver right now. So yeah, but for example, I'm not gambling or doing anything. Like, I'm just selling the ectos because they're very profitable for me to sell on the trading post as it is right now. So yeah, I should note that yeah, Aura will be marking these publicly. So all this you see here will be more refined once Aura comes up with the public sheet. So yeah, this is gonna be fine-tuned a bit more. I think these are good scenarios. So we've gone over a scenario of someone who goes for like a legendary output, someone who goes for a pure raw gold output, and we've gone through someone who will take some temporary items, and we've gone through the new player perspective. I think that's a fair amount of perspectives to go for. You know, you guys could choose and pick whatever you want. Once this is public, you can definitely you know, reach out to Aura. You can join us on our Discord. Description of our Discord will be in the link below, so you can check that out. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let me know in the comment section. I will say this, after actually taking a few I'm just gonna say this, and this is maybe a moment to relish for some players because I rarely ever say this stuff like this. I will admit, I think I have been very much out of touch with what I think players should earn, okay? I actually do think I'm a bit out of touch with it. I spoke to a couple of gamers. I've spoke to a couple of streamers who make different sorts of gold making, or even just like different sorts of way that they get their items in the game and how they get their stuff done. And it does seem that I am the one who is, you know, out of touch, okay? I guess 100 gold is quite a lot of money. Yeah, I don't know. I think in a week it shouldn't be that hard, but I guess fine. I think there's been quite a few gamers who told me no, it can be difficult. So I will say that. It's yeah. I have been enlightened, okay, by other perspectives. Okay, I've been enlightened by other perspectives. So I will say this, for exactly that method is sort of efficient for players who either lack resources to make money, or I would say just, yeah. I mean, time, I think I agree in the sense where this is a very good thing for people low on time. Because it does cater to people who can like choose to engage with it however they want. Of course, if you want to max it out, then you do have to put more effort in. However, it does work for players who also don't have the time to play. But you know, I think for an efficient money making, I mean, I look at it always that way, and I don't find it worth the time to do this for money making. However, that's not the casual player. That's not even the farmer. Even the farmer who farms the game, this is a boost for them. So I will say this is a very good system. There's still some improvements. Not to say that it's fully perfect. I still think that there's quite a few things they can add to the system, such as having the dailies be more variety. I do think there should be more of these. The weeklies, maybe a few more as well. And also with the special, to be honest. But I know the specials are very much easy to get, so I understand they don't want to do too many big ones. So, but yeah, more daily varieties would be nice, and things like that. And I do think, you know, I still stand by my statement in saying stuff like the revive orb aren't really good. I mean, I don't feel like this is a good thing for a player to use. It's, yeah, you know, it won't make a difference if you're someone who has already acquired 9 or 10,000 out of the possible 13,700 or something astral claim in a season, which is 2 months. It might not make your difference, but I feel like for a new player, this is a little bit of a misleading item to get. But overall, the idea there is there and things like that. So yeah, okay. Well, I've done my admission. Okay, I've done my admission, so I think we're okay. We've done the admission. So 100 gold is a lot of money. Well, there you go. There you have it. People are agreeing. So yeah. Okay, well, gamers, I think that's it for this video. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would be appreciated. Let me know what you think is your realistic number, right? This shopping list, pretty much here, you have a total of quarterly astral is 13,410. And let me know what you think is more achievable for you. Can you do half of this? Can you do the whole thing? Can you do quarter? How much AA can you get within a cycle of 2 months? So yeah, that'll be interesting. This will go public at some point, so once again, join us on our Discord, or hey, just message Aura. Okay, just DM Aura, spam Aura with DMs, and I'm sure you know, Aura and the other mods could help you answer any questions and things like that. So keep a lookout, and yeah, hope that clarified any clarifications and that you needed, or anything else that you required. So all those perspectives were all hypothetical. Of course, pick and choose however you want. And yeah, stay tuned. Until next time, I'll see you when I see you. Take care, YouTube. Bye-bye.